I can hear you guys.
Love, right? Before Ray asked if he and Phil if everybody was here, I said, we're not overachievers here. It's going to be right as well. No one's coming in.
But hey, my phone is on vibrate.
But they switched it to teriyaki salmon. They didn't have. When did they do this? They didn't have the salmon that was on the menu. Because I called.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah, it's teriyaki salmon. Okay.
Well,
But hopefully it still will be good.
I just
I love how
sweet.
I love teriyaki, and I hope it's good. That's all he's drinking.
I really want to get the Philly cheese or something.
Oh, are you part of that? Yeah, I'm not part of that.
Shannon might have been trying to sabotage it.
No, I'm not part of that, so I'm not sabotaging.
No, and I was going to get the crabs too, but they said they took that off the menu.
What did he do on that?
And he's okay. He left.
I figured that. Well, I didn't talk about them. Thanks for everything.
I requested because the person I work with told me I should recipe ranch. She was Sandy knows how to order food. She calls, she confirms what they have. I got that Angus burger with the satay and ranch dressing. She called and
Did all the food make it there okay? Is all the food there?
it is. It's
Yeah.
good.
All right, awesome. Who are we still waiting on? Just curious.
You can probably go on. Everybody's here. One person stepped out for just a minute, but you can go on, Ray.
Okay, all right, awesome. So, what I want to do is, I appreciate everybody taking some time and sitting through this with me. What I'm going to kind of show you guys is just integration into Moodle and what our products will look like within Moodle. So I made this really short PowerPoint. It's going to show I'm going to show what integration will look like within Moodle. I'm going to show how to set up an assignment, specific assignments in Moodle, and I'm also going to show you how to set up integration on a course level. If you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, don't hesitate to stop me. And it's going to be kind of laid back and yeah. So just I want you guys to just to eat, and then if you guys have any questions, like I said, just don't hesitate to stop me. So that's the end of the PowerPoint. My professors at Northern Kentucky University would be very disappointed in that, considering it was only 2 slides, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hop right into Moodle Rooms. This is going to be very similar to Moodle. And what I've done is I went ahead and created courses to show you guys. So, and just to kind of give you an overall feel of what we'll be looking at. So everybody's kind of seen Cengage Now before, I'm under the impression of. So I'm going to click into an individual income tax course, and I'll just show you what Cengage Now will look like within Moodle and what capabilities you guys will have. So this is going to be what the overall feel for Cengage Now will look like within Moodle. So you're going to have these links to the individual courses. And Tracy, this is going to be kind of touching on one of your courses. This is ACC 129. When we click into Cengage Now, it's going to take us through a portal, and then everything is going to look the same as far as the Cengage Now platform is concerned. So once you link out through Moodle, it's going to look exactly like this. So you have your course, you would go in and create your assignments just like you typically would do, and then all this content is going to be available for the student. Is everybody following me so far?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So does anybody have a question on how to actually create assignments, or do I need to go through that?
You would do it the same as regular Cengage, right?
Absolutely. Yep, you do the exact same thing as in Cengage. So once we have the assignments created, what we can do is we can link out to the individual assignments, and I'm going to show you how to do all this. So for Chapter 1 homework, we can click on that, and it's actually going to link us directly to that individual assignment. They aren't going to have to go through the Cengage website unless you want them to. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right, awesome. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to just show you how to create a course, and then how to actually get this link up Moodle with Cengage Now or any other product that we have, okay? All right, so we're going to go back home. And Cameron and Devin, you guys will be getting an email similar to this right here. This is just setting up the Cengage Now Mind Links. And basically what that is just the integration. That you will only have to do this once, and then after that, it will have everything. It will be embedded within your LMS. So it'll be embedded for Moodle for Randolph. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I can get into that a little bit here in just a minute. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to create a course. And this is obviously in Moodle Room, so it's going to be a little bit different, but the overall feel is going to be the same. So we'll just go ACC 129. Once we fill that out, we can just save the changes. Oh. And we can go ahead and save. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to establish an external tool. And is everybody familiar with kind of what the external tools are, or have you guys utilized those in Moodle before?
We haven't. I guess on the admin level, we've used them a couple times, but
Okay.
Faculty aren't really using them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just go through this kind of slow, and if anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to stop me. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and turn editing on. And then we're going to add an activity. When we add the activity, we're going to go to General Tool. We'll hit Add. And then when we specify which which text we are going to be integrating for. So for instance, for this one, it would be the Wittenberg 2015 text. Like Tracy, you'll get an email and it will look similar to this. This is going to be the MindLinks course URL. So essentially, when we establish an external tool, we're just going to put this URL in, and that is going to be what links out to your Cengage Now.
Okay.
So I'm going to copy this really quick. And we're just going to say Cengage Now course. We're going to paste that URL that I just copied over, and that's, like I said, that is going to be the MindLinks course URL. We're going to copy that. We're going to make sure the consumer key and shared secret are already in, and that will be established when Devin or Cameron puts this tool into use. The one thing that we're going to change now, which I don't anticipate we'll have to change for the fall if we do go this route, is accept grades from tool. We're going to uncheck that for now, but in the fall, this product will have grade return, so it's going to filter automatically to the grade book. So once we do that, we're going to save and return to the course. We'll click on the Cengage Now course. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. You'll want to make sure that the launch container will be in a new window, and that way it doesn't take you out of the Moodle course completely. We'll click on the Cengage Now course, and this is going to take us directly into Cengage Now. Tracy, since you already have a Cengage Now course already created for this semester, what you could do is you could copy one of your existing courses, or you could go ahead and just create an entire new one. So I'll just go through really quick and I'll create this. After that, we're going to continue. And then your course is created. So the nice thing about this is your students will never have to use a course key like they do now. Right now, you would send them a link, and then it would link them out to Cengage Brain. They won't have to create a login or anything for any Cengage product. Does that make sense? Okay. So from here, you would just go in and do everything that you would typically do. Create an assignment, anything like that, and everything is going to look the same.
In the example you had a couple links that would take you to specific assignments. Are those
Yes.
like separate links that would be generated by those?
Yes. Yes. So let me go through, and I'm going to create assignment pretty quickly, and I'll show you how to link out to those specific assignments. And right now it's a little tedious, but I think in the future they're going to make it a lot easier. I know for some of our other learning management systems, such as Blackboard, it is extremely simple to what we'll call deep link assignments, and those are going to be the links to those individual assignments. So I'm going to create a Chapter 1 homework. All right. So I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly just to create one. All right. So now we have our Chapter 1 homework completed, right? So now if we wanted to put that within the Moodle course, what we would do is go back in. We are going to establish an additional activity. We're going to do general tool, and every time that you do anything, linking assignments or anything, it's always going to be an external tool and a general tool. So all the parameters are always going to be the same. We are going to default to a new window. Under privacy, we won't accept the grades. And then we're going to do Cengage now. From here, in this deployment email that we originally got where I copied the MindLinked URL, we're going to copy over the MindLinks content selector URL. This is what's going to enable us to establish those individual assignment links. And I'll show you how to do that. So we're just going to copy this. We're going to paste it within the launch URL. And we're going to save and return to the course. Just a word of the wise, I would hide this from your students so they don't see it. This is specifically going to be a resource for the instructors. So when we click on the Cengage Now MindLinks content selector, it's going to bring us out to this page. And what this page is going to have the assignments that we created. It's also going to have the MindTap Reader, which is the ebook. You can select anything that you would want to use. Since I only have the one homework assignment, I'll go ahead and confirm that selection when I select that. And then we're going to have a text file come out. When we download the text file, it's going to give us a separate URL. This is the URL for the Chapter 1 homework assignment. So what we'll do from here is we'll decide on which day we want to use it. So if we want to do it in this first week, we're going to add an activity, a general tool, and we can go Chapter 1 homework. New window. Just make sure that consumer key and shared and secret is there. Underneath privacy, we're going to uncheck the accept grades from tool. Oh, and I forgot to put the URL. So we'll go back here. We're going to copy this URL for the Chapter 1 homework. Put it in the launch URL. Save and return. And then that's going to be established. So if I get out of the Cengage Now courses, when I click on the Chapter 1 homework, it's going to link me out to that assignment that I just created. Was that kind of clear to you guys?
You did say that it's going to be streamlined pretty soon, though. Is that right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be that tedious. Once you kind of get in the groove, it's not too bad. So if we selected the content selector, and let's just say we wanted the ebook, the MindTap Reader, we would just confirm that selection, do the text files, and then we would copy that over and just import it just like I did. Soon, I would imagine, like they have it in Blackboard, you would just check mark these boxes, hit confirm selections, and then you could place them within your course. You don't have to create an external tool every time. I would anticipate that is coming down the line. It is just not available to us yet for Moodle.
All right. Is that the same situation with the accept grades from tool checkbox?
So this fall semester will have grade return. I am assuming that you will not have to uncheck mark that box every time. That is my assumption, because with the grade return, everything's going to filter through the Moodle gradebook, and you won't have to export gradebooks or anything and import them into Moodle. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody having any reservations on, on using something like this?
I just had a question, Ray.
Yeah.
Right now, students purchase that access code with their book in order to have access to the Cengage site. How will
Yes.
that work with this embedded in Moodle?
So when they go in through the course, let's say the student clicks on this Chapter 1 homework, it's going to link them out to Cengage Now. They're still going to have their grace period. So the grace period typically is 3 weeks. After the 3 weeks, they'll be prompted to enter in their access code to access the content. So they're still going to utilize an access code. It's just not going to be through Cengage Brain. It'll be through the Moodle site.
Okay, so they'll still create their account, they'll just put the link through Moodle.
Yeah, they won't have to create any sort of account through Cengage Brain. It will be, everything will be through Moodle. So they'll log into their Moodle site. They'll log into, get into, for this instance, it would be the ACC 129 course. And then they're still going to be able to access the rest of the course materials that you guys would input in there. Just when they try to link out to Cengage Now, they'll be prompted to enter in an access code.
Which solves the problem where they're creating 2 or 3.
Yeah, they will not, like the problem that we had earlier, they will not be, they will not have to create anything. It will all be through the Randolph Community College email address.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something that would be valuable to you guys?
I mean, the accounting department, we're very interested in that because we've had real issues this time with them creating multiple accounts, not realizing that it's an account. They might use
Yeah.
it and they have 3 accounts and they don't know which one they put the access code in for.
Right. And I'm going to back out here really quick. Is everybody comfortable with how I just kind of integrated everything and how I actually created the Cengage Now course and those sort of things? Yeah, trust me, I know it's kind of overwhelming. Don't think that I'm not going to be here to help you along, because I will, and I'll be more than happy to walk each and every one of you through, creating a course. And there's still going to be people behind the scenes to help us along as well. So, Tracy, I'm gonna hop out of the accounting course really quick, and this is going to be geared a little bit more towards Wayman, Aaron, and Amanda. This is going to be for the Intro to Business course, and also the Human Resource Management course. So it's the same concept. It is going to, we're going to be integrating into these different courses. So for the Business 110 course, Wayman, I know you like to use chapter videos. We can put links out directly to the chapter videos. So your students won't have to kind of search around for those. They'll be right there for the student. And then it's going to link them to the video. So that way you guys will be able to utilize the videos and those sort of things, and your students won't have to go searching for them. Do you think that would be beneficial for everybody?
Ray, are you saying that that's going to be automatically, those links are, once we put the
So they won't be automatically put in there, but I'd be more than happy to kind of help you set up. And to be honest, if you wanted to, because I know like Miss Palmer, or I'm sorry, I'm thinking of who was your adjunct professor this semester or last semester for Business 110?
Sharon Spencer?
Spencer, Miss Spencer, that's it. If you wanted to, rather than everybody setting up their own course, what we could do is we could just copy courses over, and everything will filter down into the courses. So this wasn't automatic. I still established everything that I did, that I just showed you guys how to do in Cengage Now. I still established all those things like the MindLinks course, the content selector, and then I simply just copied those URLs that I extracted.
Question for you, Ray.
Yeah.
This is in regards just to the videos. This isn't about the integration, but are all the Cengage videos, are they captioned automatically?
To tell you the truth, I do not know. I would think so, because a lot of our stuff is ADA compliant. In being ADA compliant, I am pretty sure that the majority of them do have captions. Is that kind of a problem for you guys?
We're gearing up to kind of, make some ADA compliant changes over the next few years, so sort of a concern on our radar now.
Okay.
The videos usually
That
have like a transcript too with them. They do. They do. Like if you were to link to Cengage and watch a video, because I looked at that and I went to the same seminar and I was like, oh, how cool, transcript. I don't have to close captions like a video.
Yeah, if you want, I can check with my with the content team, and every team is going to have different different people working there, but I'm going to see if I can just get a general answer to see if there's closed captions on the majority of the videos.
Thanks, Ray.
Would that be beneficial to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was Devin, correct?
Do that?
Was that Devin that asked that question?
It's Cameron.
Cameron, I'm sorry. All right, I'm just going to make a note so I can email you.
Thanks, Ray.
Does anybody else have any questions or any concerns regarding integrating into Moodle? Or would anybody like to see anything that I can do within this?
I guess I got a question for you.
Okay.
The administrative setup that we'll do initially, you showed it to us, and Dev and I are familiar with it. We did the same setup for something else recently. Is that something, the shared secret and what was the other
Yep,
thing?
and the consumer key.
Consumer key.
Those will both be established. Those will both be established when we do the initial LTI setup, is what it's called. I don't know what LTI stands for, to tell you the truth, but when the LTI setup is established, that is when the consumer key and the shared key and secret are going to be utilized.
And will those be persistent, or will we have to change those every semester?
I do not believe that you'll have to change those every semester. I think those are going to be a constant for the school, but I can double check on that for you.
Thanks, Ray.
Uh-huh. I'm just going to make a note of that really quick. Devin and Cameron, I do have a question for you. For those fields that you just mentioned, the shared key and secret, as well as the consumer key, do you guys have a way on your end that you are able to save these for each instructor, or have those automatically filter into those fields on an administrative level?
Well, what we just what we've been working with recently, that he's a very, very similar, I would say the same kind of setup. We just used the external tool, and we were able to set it up site-wide.
Yeah, we
Yep.
at the site level, and it should populate that.
All right, perfect. The only reason I ask that is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Southeastern Community College. They are utilizing MindLinks, or the integration in Moodle, for the majority of their business classes, but theirs weren't automatically populating. So that is why I was asking if you can make sure that happens if this is the route that we go.
Yeah, we should be able to do that.
All right, awesome.
Ray, if we decide to use it from one year to the next, like from fall 14 to fall 15, is this something that would are we gonna have to set this up every time we use it? Or will some of that automatically default back in when we clone it?
So if you, and I can't speak for the Moodle side, but for the Cengage Now or the CourseMate or MindTap, you can copy over the courses semester to semester as long as the book doesn't change. It would just be like any of our other digital products. Now, I don't know if you would have to recreate I think you would have to recreate each link each semester. Does that make sense? But you can still copy all the content that you have created each semester over. So you're not recreating everything, you're just reestablishing those links. Does that make sense, or was that clear?
Yeah, it's not the answer we wanted, Ray. We're waiting on a different one.
Well, I don't know if I could do that.
Not that for him. We just want that magic clone, that we rename it.
Absolutely. If I could make it any easier, I would. I promise. Is there anything else that we're kind of concerned about, or that I might be able to answer while I have everybody here?
Well, how is, you said is it southeast, southwest?
Southeastern Community College.
How are they enjoying the integration?
They love it. Are you guys familiar with any of the faculty over there? I don't know how close they are to you guys. I don't think they're extremely close. They if you guys want, I can get you guys in touch with the department chair over there, and she can kind of go over her experiences of what she's had. If you would like to talk, we can do like a conference call with her, if you would want to. Would anybody be interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd like to hear what her pitfalls were so we can avoid them.
Sure. Yeah. Learn from her mistakes, right? I think to be honest, I think the only thing that she might say is that the consumer key and shared secret, like I kind of explained, we had a little bit of a problem with that, and then it was a little bit rushed because she decided to integrate about 3 weeks out, and we had Christmas and everything, right in that time frame as well. And then we had a sales conference out in San Francisco the first full week of the year. So it was a little hectic for us then. But besides that, I mean, we kind of overcame all the obstacles, and we'll be able to, with summer coming in, and if we do this for the fall, there will be a whole lot more that we'll be able to figure out before, it's kind of crunch time and we're in the middle of classes. So I can try to get a hold of her today, and I can see what time, if anybody wants to join in on a conference call, we can kind of go over that. We can set out some time, maybe next week or something. Does that sound good?
It does.
All right, awesome. All right. Okay. And like I said, I can go through this individually with everybody. The only other thing that I wanted to show, and this is going to be geared towards Aaron and Wayman a little bit more. This is going to be for the Human Resource Management course. It's establishing the same thing that we had before. When they click into the CourseMate from their main link, it's just going to take them to the CourseMate website. And I know Wayman, we've talked about CourseMate before, and you're kind of comfortable with that. Ms. Palmer, are you comfortable with CourseMate? Are you comfortable with using CourseMate, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, it's not a big deal to me. I'm pretty computer literate. You literate?
Right.
Literate?
Do you think that the students utilize CourseMate as much as maybe some other some of our other products?
I have not, when I'm in class, if I have a seated class, I have used the, site to show students and just to kind of survey them or to do something a little bit extra when they start.
Okay. Okay.
But I have
Yeah.
not required to do it yet, no.
As I explain to every instructor that I kind of talk to about CourseMate, it is more of a student resource than it is a digital platform to assign homework assignments. Something like Cengage Now or MindTap, it's not going to be as intricate as that by any means. So I was just kind of curious to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I'm just using it as an extra resource in class if they wanted something extra to do in class instead of the same.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, did anybody have any other questions that I might be able to help out with right now, or anything in particular while I have everybody here? Is anybody needing anything at this point?
Ray, can we set up a course in less than an hour?
I'm sorry, Wayman.
Can one of the courses be set up in less than an hour? I'm trying to just get a feel for it. How much time it's going to take?
Yeah. So what we could do is we could set them up in way less than an hour. Especially, I know the BUS 110 class that you guys had taught in the fall. The assignment creation and all the resources there, it is pretty time consuming. One thing that I would advise, and I kind of wanted to show the instructors that use the BUS 110 book, the Pride book, is this product called MindTap, and I think we've touched on it before, Wayman. Essentially, MindTap, it sets up the course for you, but you can alter assignments if you want. So the main thing that we would do, or that I would help you with, is to establish the MindLinks course. Once that's established, the students can get into MindTap or Cengage Now and access everything. It would be a little bit more time consuming if you want to link out to those individual assignments. Is that kind of clear? So you necessarily aren't required to link out to the ebook or link out to the videos. You could just put one general link where the students would click on, and it will bring up all the content. So essentially, you're just establishing one link. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So, for chapter 1 in this this BUS 110 course in particular, I have the links out to the ebook and the chapter videos and the homework assignments. But if the student were to just click on the MindTap course, it would link them out here, and then they could navigate. So they could go into chapter 1, and they can still go in here and do all the assignments. They don't have to click in through the links. Did you follow me there?
Yes. Would that be the practical way to do it, though?
It's up to you. I think for the MindLinks course, it would be, or I'm sorry, for a product like MindTap or CourseMate, I think it's easier for the students to navigate just going in through the course link in particular, and not to necessarily link out to all these individual things. Because like I said, once they click in here, they can get into chapter 1 and they can watch the video, and it's no problem. But when they're going, it might be a little bit tedious for them if they are, watching this video and it pulls up here, and then they exit out, and then they would click into another video. Maybe if you just linked out to the homework assignment in particular, something like that, that might be easier for them to just identify where they're supposed to go.
Okay.
So, in Tracy, what I was just gonna, same thing for the individual income tax or the introduction to accounting courses. If you wanted to, you don't have to put these individual chapters in. they can just link out directly to the Cengage Now course, and then it will filter them to the assignments automatically. But it's just if you don't want those large chunks, because once we do this, it will show every assignment that we've created. Is that kind of clear?
It is.
Okay.
I think you're coming up with solutions where we don't have to keep putting the tedious part in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to go semester after semester. In all reality, you would just go in and copy over your course, and then you don't have to put in the individual links for the individual chapter assignments or the individual videos. You would just copy the one link from your already established course. You would copy that course key, and then we could put that in.
I've got a question.
Okay.
I'm not familiar, this is Cameron, I'm not familiar with the Cengage side as Miss Sam with Moodle, but
yeah.
Is it not a possibility to have a course in the Cengage Now, instead of cloning it every semester, you could just drop the student, and then we wouldn't have to change the links in Moodle? It would remain the same. Is that not a possibility?
You could do that. I wouldn't advise it, because it's still going to go through the process. I mean, you could do that. Don't get me wrong. But if we did, so I'll just show you this really fast, and I'm just going to create a new course really quick, if you guys don't mind. So we'll go administration. So for this course in particular, I'm going to have this one assignment. It's only one. So if I go in and I create a new course, we're just going to go ACC 129. I'm going to do this relatively quickly. If we go in and we add an activity, general tool, if we go new window, and this is just kind of what I showed you earlier, the one difference that we'll do is, let's go ahead and copy this. You're still going to need to establish this, but when we save and return to the course, what we can do is we can go to the individual course. We can copy this course key, exit out, and when we click in here, it's going to prompt us, do you want to copy over a Cengage Now course? So copy one of my existing courses, including the assignments. If it were another instructor, let's say you had an adjunct, we could paste this course key in. Since I have already done a couple of these, we could just copy this individual income tax. We'll continue, and then it's going to copy all my information over. So I personally wouldn't advise to do that. The only thing that this is going to do is you'll have to re-establish the chapters, or the assignment due dates, I should say. I'm sorry. You'll have to re-establish the assignment due dates. I just don't think it would be a good idea to let a course run for, let's say, 3 years or 2 years, whatever the life of the book is. Does that make sense? I think it might be easier if you just go in and create that new course link.
I see what you're saying, but I don't understand logically why one is going to be any better than the other. If we could reuse the same Cengage course and just drop the users every semester, then the links wouldn't have to be changed in Moodle, and you could link to the chapters,
Okay.
all you wanted.
But But I need.
my only concern with that is if you go through accreditation or anything like that, and you have to pull, statistic reports or anything like that, every time that you drop those students out of the class, I don't think that there's any good way to recover them.
All the history
It-
is gone, everything.
Yeah, if they what we would have to do in that case is probably go through tech support, but it's an extremely tedious process for them and it's time consuming. I mean, is that a reservation that anybody else has, or am I just kind of, not thinking logically on that?
See, I archive all my Cengage so that I can have all that history if anything were to come up. I mean, because I could pull it back and it would show everything.
You're talking about, you have the old Moodle courses, the old Cengage.
The old Cengage. Because they're linking in both places, I have to create this separate Cengage class, and they allow me to archive it, and I can pull that back and it will show everything they've done. So, I mean, I have that history, especially if they were to come back. So I do like that point, and I kind of understand what he means, because with Cengage, we have to change all the dates. We can actually take that Cengage course and clone it, but it's a different course, and we change the dates, and it's new, it's fresh, and all that. And I understand what you're trying to say, that if you could just clone Moodle, it would all go through.
Yeah.
You'd only have to do it
I'm
once
just trying to save y'all some time
and rip them, yeah.
every semester.
But every semester, we have to clone no matter if it's a 2-year book, we have to clone the class and we have to change the dates, and it's going to be the same thing in there. It's going to be the same amount of work there. The only point is that the Moodle, and we'd have to relink, but what he's saying is that if we do it the other way with MindTap, what he showed with MindTap, we wouldn't have to do it for each assignment. We could just put that link one time, which would only be one time of us doing that, but they're not going out of Moodle to go to Cengage.
I would say from my personal experience, because I'm an online student at different schools, I like going to an assignment. I like going to chapter 1 and going to chapter 2.
You like having listed.
I like it too. And I don't like having one link. I like, because I do a mixture. I like to create my own videos and their stuff. So, and for students, sometimes that's confusing. But that separate login seems to be a problem.
I agree. Separate login is definitely a
Well,
problem.
like, there are resources that Cengage has on their student account that I would love to put in my class, just like videos, but I feel like I can't do that. I'm not sure that every student has, a page. You know what I'm saying? And once you put it in there, they have access to it from now on, whereas they wouldn't if they hadn't paid their, because it's a good book already. Right, so use it.
And I have a question. If we were to link that in Moodle like that, I like to look at the logs to see what they've done. So if we link that Moodle log, because Cengage doesn't really, it gives you a date, not the log. But when we're linking in Moodle, we could be able to pull that log to see that they accessed that. So that would be, then I can say, oh, you didn't watch that video, sorry. You laughing. But I mean, I know it sounds tedious, but you said it's going to get better for fall, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be the only thing that is going to be coming for fall that I'm aware of right now is going to be the grade return. So you're not going to have to export the grade book and import it back in. Now, as far as I was actually on a training before I got on this call for Blackboard integration, and essentially what they do is they have the content selector, kind of what I showed you, where you pull up the text files and you select individual assignments, and you simply click which assignments you want and import them into the course. There's no copying, and you don't have to add existing tools or whatever else it is. You're simply just check marking the box and confirming the selections. Now, I would imagine that is coming down the line for Moodle, but that has not been established yet. So let me do this. Let me get back to you on that because I don't have a definitive answer for you.
Well, the other question is, and I know this sounds crazy, I know that you can duplicate links, but we could not duplicate those links.
I don't know. Let's do something really quick.
I mean, for one course, I could establish it one time, and then could I duplicate it and then change the heading to Chapter 1 homework so that they could click it?
No, because the link will go to chapter 1 when you clone it, and you put chapter 2, it's still going to go to chapter 1.
So is this what you're asking? So if I go into, let's say I just copy this course over from my previous semester.
I like how we just use reductions.
If Cameron copied over the Moodle course in particular, could those assignment links stay the same? Is that what you're asking?
No, they've answered my questions. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know enough on the Moodle side I know enough to be dangerous, but that's about it. So yeah, Cameron and Devin, I'll default to you guys on that. Is there anything else?
Probably just a point of clarification on the have you talked, well, you have talked to the bookstore, but we still have this issue, what if someone goes outside the bookstore, outside the school campus?
Yeah. We kind of run into those situations sometimes. If it's one-off, if it's just, unfortunately, if they go to buy a used book, we'll have to, typically charge them for the access. It's just one of those things that we need to be really clear to the students that they need to go and purchase the bundles in particular to make sure that they get the right access codes.
So what if you think Jimmy will purchase some access code for you?
Good old Jimmy, he'll buy some access codes from us. I'll make sure that I clarify what's going on and that they are absolutely required for the class. And I will make sure that he does have access codes in the bookstore. Just as a reminder to everybody, in case you did not know, when the students purchase any access codes for Cengage Now, for CourseMate, for MindTap, they always have access to an ebook. So just as a reminder, in case anybody didn't already know that.
So they don't have to buy the bundle through the bookstore as long as they have an access code that goes with that book. They can buy it through Cengage Brain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we're in the same situation we are now. We
Yep.
just don't have them doing 3 accounts.
Yes, exactly. It is exactly what we're dealing with now. It is just simply this. It's so much more simplified for the student. There's not that tedious process of going to Moodle and then going to Cengage Brain and then going to Cengage Now. It is all filtered through Moodle.
And I know that sounds like it would not confuse them, but it does.
It absolutely does.
I want it to look like it's all up.
Yeah, it's
remarkable things that are in Cengage.
I think it it just kind of brings it back to the point of, yes, it might be a little bit more tedious for us, but it is making it 2 times, 3 times easier for the student, and that's essentially what this process is supposed to be for, is to ease the burden on the student as well as the professor. So
Ray, when you purchase that code, and you said you're actually purchasing an ebook also, right?
yeah.
So actually, a person didn't want to go to
Absolutely. Yeah, they can just purchase the code. And in all reality, that's ideal. I can't imagine doing it with, an accounting course, but for maybe like your human resource management class, if you had an online section, that would almost be ideal for them to go in because they're online anyways, and they're going to be that they would have an easy way to access the ebook. And that's typically what we'll see is a lot of times we'll see the online classes utilizing the ebook more so than the hardback with the online access.
Ray, what would that do for the cost of students? Like if we were able to eliminate the price of the book, like if they want to use the ebook just do the code.
Yeah, it will drop them down significantly. So, like for the, let's say the, hold on, I'll pull it up on Cengage Brain really quick. So let's just go to the Boone Kurtz marketing book because I know you guys are using that. If we go to the Boone Kurtz marketing, which you guys are using the updated 16th edition, so if they were to use Cengage Now rather than the hard copy text, so this is, now keep in mind, this is to the student directly. This is not through the bookstore, so the bookstore price is going to be cheaper. So it would be $232 to the student if they wanted to buy this new from Cengage Brain. Okay? If they wanted to do Cengage Now, it would be $95. So that's going to be with an ebook. One of the benefits that we do have if they were just to do the Cengage Now with an ebook, let's say they're getting through the semester and they realize that they do not, they can't make it without a hard copy text and they want a hard copy text, we do have an option to, it's called upgrade to print, and they can either rent a copy of the textbook for 85% off the cost, or they can buy for the equivalent of what the Cengage Now plus the book would have cost in the first place. So it takes into the account the $95 that they've already spent. One other option that I do want to mention is we do have a program that just kind of launched this past semester. It's called the Digital First Program. Essentially what the Digital First Program is if as long as you are using an assignable, gradable study tool such as Cengage Now, CourseMate, MindTap, you can do the price of the Cengage Now access plus $15 for a loose leaf version of the text. So instead of, the loose leaf version of this text in particular is $148.95. So for the loose leaf version plus the Cengage Now access, it would essentially be $110. And that's, like I said, for the loose leaf version plus the Cengage Now access. Does that make sense?
Yes, but is that only if they buy directly through Cengage or?
Absolutely not. Nope. That is through Jimmy as well. Yeah. So Tracy, I can speak for the new financial managerial accounting book.
Yeah.
If you do the loose leaf version of the text plus Cengage Now, it's going to run Jimmy for the 2-semester access. The cost to Jimmy will be $140, I want to say. Whereas typically the hard copy book with the Cengage Now access, I think costs him around $240.
Yeah, they charge over $300.
Do they?
Yeah, for both.
Yeah, he might have a little bit higher of a markup than I was kind of anticipating.
I'm in the wrong game.
That's why half the kids come to class with no book.
Yeah, and I like the loose leaf option. I just didn't know that we could.
Yeah.
Ray, when it comes to the loose leaf and the book buyback, are students able to sell those loose leaves back?
It is up to Jimmy. I would say, knowing Jimmy, I would say not. I would say that they're probably going to hold on to them. The one thing that I would, and it's hard for students to see this up front, but they're saving that money up front rather than getting it back at the end of the semester. because the loose leaf version is identical to the hard copy. It just doesn't have, it's not bound, and it's 3-hole punched. So one thing that I always advise is for bookstore managers to keep 3-ring binders next to them, and that way they buy it, they put it in a 3-ring binder, and then it's protected.
I like that. I like that option.
Hey, can you tell us, Ray, can you give me an idea what that would look like with the business, the intro to business book?
Yeah. So the one that I showed you was MindTap, and I think I'm going to explore the option with those of you that actually do teach the intro to business class, because I think MindTap is going to align with a little bit more what you want to do. Cengage Now, to be honest, Cengage Now was created specifically for accounting and tax and finance classes. MindTap is going to be more of those qualitative classes, so your marketing courses, your human resource management courses, those sort of things. So I can show you what the Pride book would look like that.
Yeah, can you show me the Cengage too? Because I do like some of the features with using Cengage Now and linking it in. Can you show it both ways?
Yeah. Do you want me to get into the MindTap course and the Cengage Now course comparatively, or do you just want me to show you the prices, or?
Yeah, just check the prices for the
Yeah.
book, and the same that you just did for the accounting was like a loose leaf version.
Yeah. So wow, this book is really expensive. So it is it is to the students it is $300. With the Cengage Now access, it's $95, and MindTap is going to be $95 as well. And they can still get the loose leaf version of the text for $15. So they would still be paying $100. Jimmy in the bookstore would be paying around $110 for the book.
So that means our students will be
So either way you go, if you were to want to go through MindTap or want to go through Cengage Now, either way it's going to be the same price.
Or if they buy it directly through them, then they're only going to pay the $95 for that. So if they, let me make sure I understand right. So the Cengage, they can get the loose leaf and the Cengage code for 110.
That would be, yes. That is. I'm trying to think if we can set that up to buy directly from us. I know for a fact it is through the bookstore. And I want to say it's even cheaper. Hold on just a second for me. It always has. Yep. So Jimmy would still be paying. He would be paying 110. So the college wholesale price, which is the net price, is the same as if they were to go directly through Cengage. So there will still be a little bit of a markup, but I am not 100% positive that we can do digital first directly through Cengage. Does that make sense? So I don't know if we can honor the $15 price additional to the digital supplement. I think that's almost always through the bookstore.
Okay, but they could definitely get it through our bookstore, just 110 plus whatever markup the bookstore puts on it.
Exactly. Yep. Yep, that's correct. Now, does that sound like a good option for everybody, that digital first program?
Yes, I think so.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's honestly, I know our books are, on the higher end, but they are really being conscientious of the price of them, especially with the new editions coming out. They are conscientious, and they are definitely making sure that they're affordable, which is kind of nice. Or if they're not affordable for the hard copy, they're making them very affordable for the digital or loose leaf copies, which is the way that it should be. Anything else that you guys want me to go over right now? Are we good? All right, awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys taking your time. I know I'm sure it's busy for you guys, just like everybody else. So I appreciate you guys taking the time with me. Cameron, I'll be following up with you on a couple of those different things. And for everybody else, I will try to schedule a conference call. And I don't know, Devin and Cameron, would it be beneficial if I could get the IT administrator on the phone as well from Southeastern Community College?
Well, I guess I'm not really too familiar with their school, but here we have an IT admin and a DE admin. So.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, she is specifically for the Moodle. She's the LMS coordinator as well, so she helps all the instructors with the LMS systems. So this in particular would be Moodle. I don't know if it would be beneficial to have a call with everybody on there, or I can make them separate. If you guys do want to talk to her, I can call. Her name's Glenda out at Southeastern. I can call you guys and have her conference in, and then separately I can have the instructors and I talk with Angie Ransom, which is the department chair over there. Whatever's going to be easiest for everybody.
To tell you the truth, I think we feel pretty comfortable with the
Okay.
administrative side of it, but
okay.
If we ever ran into something, we could reach out to her.
Okay. Yeah. Just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. And then I will try to get a hold of Angie and see if she might be available. Would everybody be good with maybe getting on a phone call next Thursday? Those of you who do want to be on a phone call with the department chair. Okay, no big deal. I mean, I think she's pretty flexible for her scheduling, and I'm not trying to speak for her or anything, but I think she'll be pretty open for her schedule. If you guys just want to, think about it and get back to me, those of you that do want to be in on it, just let me know, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, maybe the
Following Thursday? So that would be Thursday the 26th?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'll see if I can't get her on the phone around then and about the same time, around noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
The meeting would last that long.
No. What I'll do is I'll just send out an invite to everybody, and those of you that want to join in on the call, as long as that's good with her, I'll let everybody know kind of what we're planning on doing, if that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, awesome.
Thank you, Ray.
All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up. If you guys have any follow-up questions that you might need me to help out on, or any concerns that you guys think about, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help any of you guys out.
All right. Thanks, Ray.
All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll be talking to everybody pretty soon, okay?